calling in, and thanks for
You're welcome.
being so involved in the show.
Nice to meet you, Diane.
Love it. Thank you. Bye bye.
Talk to you later.
So, see, dude, like, again, I mean, you had the guilt, well, not the guilt trip. You were depressed about the Oscar nominations. Now I'm depressed about the fact that we don't have true equality in this country. I think, well, I hope we can make it through the next hour and 15 minutes. Because I think both of us are very distraught right now.
I got to tell you, Diane, she's one of my very favorite people. She and her husband run a very successful contracting business. And, they're out there in the middle of the world fighting all of this nonsense, both politically. She's very politically involved. It really irritates me. She will transfer on her Facebook page. She will transfer her cover photo. One day it's a picture of her and Mark Stein. The next day it's a picture of her and Andrew Breitbart. And it's like, God, okay, enough already, please.
Dude, behind the scene, give me her last name or whatever, or have her Facebook friend request to me. I can do it to her as well. She's very cool. Good grab, man.
Yeah, totally fun. Okay, hey, so back to this. Let's go back and just kind of finish up this Oxford University Press thing. You make an incredibly good point that Jews. The printing press. When was the printing press invented?
1400s, maybe.
1400s. I'm just going to Google that just because
I'm as you're looking for it, I'm not really sure, but I mean,
Geez, Mike, you're right. 1439.
Bingo, huh?
Gutenberg Press. Okay, so for roughly 700 years, 600 years, whatever it is, I'm bad at math, 650 years, the printing press has been around. But for roughly 2,500 years before that, Jews were not eating pork. And the Oxford University Press has been bacon and ham and egging it all the way along.
Exactly.
Right, and the approach. It's interesting. As I was saying, Danny, she doesn't eat pork. But let me tell you what happened. This is really important. We went out to. I don't know if they have it back there. Out here, they have a chain of restaurants. Oh my gosh, the name just. It's a hamburger chain, and I'll think of it in just a second. Anyway, we're sitting there with my kids, my parents, Danny. We're all sitting there having dinner. And I ordered a hamburger with bacon on it.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
So here she is, kosher eating Jew.
Right.
And there's bacon, I don't know, what, 14, 18 inches from her, something like that?
Yeah, and she has to smell it.
And you know what she did?
What?
She said, wow, is that good? That hamburger looks amazing.
Wow.
And that was it.
Well, she's obviously not a real Jew.
Yeah. So go into the details about Oxford University. What exactly are they saying here?
Well, I mean, the whole thing is so as not to offend. Now, again, they include, and this is the excuse me, the hilarity of it, because as we just discussed, you go back to how long the Jews have not been eating pork, and nothing from Oxford in terms of worrying about offending Jews for the last however many years they've been in existence. But now all of a sudden, dude, and this is the hilarity of it, they now include Jews as part of their reason for banning the mention. And again, Oxford University Press being the largest or among the largest publishers of textbooks in the world. So now all of a sudden they say, so as not to offend Muslim or Jewish people, the academic publisher has issued guidance advising writers to avoid mentioning pigs or anything else which could be perceived as pork. They also throw sausage in there, by the way. So as not to offend, again, Muslims or Jews. Dude, I mean, LOL, I hate that, but laugh out loud. They just throw the Jew thing in to what? To try to soften the message or whatever have you? They could give a damn, as they've demonstrated for decades, about offending Jews about pork.
Yeah, well, you know what they would say, just to give you the counterpoint, they would say that they have now realized the error of their ways
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're blah, 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 blah.
Just like school systems across the country realize the error of their ways. I mean, Jessica, we did the story a long time ago on the old Mike Miller show about and how some this was in California. Having students. I don't know, write essays or argue whether or not the Holocaust existed. I mean, we see similar stories all the time. And of course, once they get outed and they get some bad press, then they always apologize. And this is not going to happen here, but it's the same old, man.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. No question about it.
Anyway,
What a bold, fresh move.
Yes. And, stepping out to defend the hurting of feelings of Muslims. So therefore, we shall not mention pork, sausage, and they say in the article, or anything, and this is verbatim, anything that can be perceived as pork. So, dude, I mean, listen, you live out among the vegans and so forth. Is there any vegan alternative to pork that could possibly be perceived as pork?
Well, it's funny. The first thing that comes to mind about the sausage thing is that you can get turkey sausage, chicken sausage, soy sausage, vegan sausage, quinoa sausage, elderberry, bark root, essential oil sausage. I mean, there's all kinds of sausage you can get that's not necessarily just from a pig. However, personally, I think you got to have a little piggy in your sausage.
you have to, dude. If you don't, I mean, it's not sausage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I mean, God knows how much I love pizza. Can you imagine a sausage-less pizza when you're in the mood for sausage on a pizza? I can't.
No, I can't. Hey, I don't know if we have time to do it, man. Well, we've got like 8 minutes left. Your story about the thugs in Texas and the restaurant, awesome.
You know what? Yeah, let's hit that. And if we need to continue, we can. But, and listen, the story in and of itself, I think this thing's kind of rocking right now on IJR. It's been a while since I looked at it. But the story in and of itself is, it happens all the time. But I think it points to the larger issue, the whole gun thing. So, because this Houston restaurant couple, Coy Sam and his wife, all right? This is the, what's the name of this place? K&S Seafood Bar and Grill. Closing up for the day the other night. And in the door comes two armed robbers, right? So scares the hell out of the wife. She runs back, panicky, tells the husband what's going on. One of these guys armed, obviously. One of them forces them to the floor, holds them there, while the other one rushes to the cash register. Well, as luck would have it, there is a customer in the restaurant, calmly eating his meal, and he kind of decides, no. He goes dirty Harry. This is not going to happen. This place is not going to be robbed or anything worse. He happened to be armed himself. So he stands up, goes, and ends up, one of the guys runs, one of the cowards runs. He takes a couple of shots at him, shatters a window of the restaurant, holds the other one at gunpoint until the police show up. So I just thought, again, setting aside this specific story, this kind of stuff happens, and that's why I posted it, is it kind of flies in the face of the whole, again, the gun grabber crowd, Michael.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question at the end of the post, two-part, multiple choice, I guess, two choices. Let's assume that on the front door of the K&S Seafood Bar and Grill in Houston, there had been a sign posted, "No guns allowed on premises."
That is such a great.
So
That's such a great.
right. So the question,
Absolutely no concealed carry weapons allowed under any
Yeah,
circumstance for the
zero.
safety of our patrons.
exactly. So the question I put in in the post, had that sign been there, right? What would the would-be robbers have done? A, heeded the sign, left to rob a different restaurant, or B, ignored the sign and robbed the restaurant. And before you all pick the answer, which is B, by the way, chances are, if this unidentified customer saw that sign, he may have left. He may have said, "Okay, I'm going to a different restaurant." Or if he was a regular patron of that restaurant, he would know that that was their policy. Would have left his gun at home. So therein lies the issue in my mind, man.
Well, let's just put that. Let's put that out there. If you'd like to call in and answer the question or tweet to us at the right mics, 412-567-6879. What do you think would have happened had there been a no guns allowed or concealed carry weapon permits not honored in this establishment?
There's no question. Exactly. Good. Yeah.
Let's let the folks decide. Let's put that out there, Mike.
I think so, but I just I have to almost laugh to myself, thinking, we've talked about this before. Different circumstances, jewelry stores, and whatever have you. These people hell bent on robbing wherever they just showed up, see that sign and go, "Damn it! I know the cash register is flush here, but it's like no guns allowed. We got to find like Plan B." I mean, to me, that's in a not sad or ironic or whatever way. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. You know what? Our listener Dan, he can't call in right now, but he just sent me a topic for us to briefly discuss. I'll put this up on the site. Let me just send you the link here real quick too, Mike.
Okay.
A bunch of protesters, this was up on Twitchy earlier, a bunch of protesters chained themselves to barrels on a Massachusetts highway. Right? Have you heard of this?
I saw that earlier today. Yeah.
Well, it turns out that there's some emergency vehicles that have been kept from getting people to hospitals and such as a result. So now it's actually causing harm.
Wow. By the way, I love Dan Fitzgerald. He pays attention to us, and we appreciate you listening, Dan.
Yeah, frankly, it says a lot about him that he likes us.
Well, it does. I mean,
Sorry, I couldn't help laugh when I said that.
I bet he's laughing too. Dan, love you, man. All right, dude. 2-3 minutes left. What do you think? And then take us out whenever we need to be taken out. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Well, yeah, when you say that we need to be taken out, we need to be a little bit careful about that, Michael.
See, because we could have peaceful Muslims listening and interpret that the wrong way. We could have rabid liberals listening and take that the wrong way as well. So I should probably take that back, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you this: do you have a firearm within 10 to 12 to 25 feet of you?
No, I don't. And see, therein lies the problem, because I am an absolutely ridiculous supporter of Second Amendment rights, yet I have a kind of an odd thing with guns. We can talk about that some other time, but no, I do not, and I should.
All right, well, I do. I've got a target rifle and a Glock 17 40 cal.
Dude, I mean, those pictures of you with was it your daughter on the firing range?
Oh, yeah, right?
Son. Yeah. Dude, you're kind of like Rambo with that stuff. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's, in fact, I just love it.
Weren't you shooting an AK-47, AR-15 or something?
Yes, I was shooting an AR-10, an AR-15. AR-10 is like an AR-15. It just has a much bigger bullet.
Well, of course, because you're all about bigger, right? So
yeah, AR-10, AR-15, AK-47, and a handful of other guns. So, yeah, in fact, a bunch of friends and I, we just set up for the 31st. We're going to go do another shooting day. And the point of it is to support our local ammunition retailers.
There we go.
That we get little things and we fire, we fire rounds through them. So, folks, you've been listening again. 60 minutes of broadcast excellence up with the right mics. Mike Miller, Michael Hausen. Please hold on through the news. We'll be back. We've got myriad more stories and interesting things to talk about. Talk to you in a minute.
This is Vigilant Liberty Radio News from Independent Journal Review.